Trump won, and it's fair to say they're not taking it very well.
This can't be real.
Over on TikTok, it's not so much cry me a river, more like cry me the Atlantic Ocean.
I'll be in denial. Alright guys, it's time to go to bed.
What in the Alice in Wonderland nightmares is going on right now?
Will they finally learn that calling half the country racist misogynists isn't a successful political message?
America was not ready for a female black president, and that is what I was worried about. Because the country is full of racist misogynists.
Turns out, no.
And you voted for Trump, a felon, over Kamala because she was a woman. You're disgusting. You're disgusting.
What is wrong with you?
How the fuck are we back in this same situation again? Who the fuck is voting for him?
The majority of the voters in the country voted for him, that's who. You know, Americans. Looks like we're also about to witness the return of the screaming. Can someone check in on Harry Sisson? He looked quite smug before the election.
Got it.
Not so smug now.
And,
Harry's terrified about Trump's win being a threat to women.
America failed women tonight.
After just voting and campaigning for a candidate who literally wants men in women's sports and bathrooms. Cenk before the election. If you think Trump is going to win easy tomorrow because everyone you know on X is on his side, you've got a rude awakening coming to you tomorrow. The real world ain't X. Cenk after the election.
Loss after loss after loss. Fire them all! Fire them all!
Turns out the real world is X. White dudes for Harris are used to taking a submissive role, but nothing quite like this.
I can't believe Trump's actually gonna win this fucking thing! Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm so pissed off! Fuck! God damn it!
MSNBC's Jen Psaki failed to learn anything from Dems getting trounced, pushing the same tiresome glib message about disinformation.
I think this is a big, huge part of the story that it's hard to even digest fully at this moment. But you have Elon Musk, who owns Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it these days, X, who is a disinformation propagandist and now has could potentially have a direct line to the Oval Office.
This from the same network that triumphed the credibility of the Seltzer poll, which showed Harris winning Iowa by 3 points. Literally a form of disinformation propaganda. Trump ended up winning Iowa by 14 points. But go on, lecture me for the billionth time about disinformation propaganda.
Disinformation propaganda.
To his credit, Jon Stewart struck a very different tone, insisting that instead of demonizing Trump supporters, pundits and Democrats need to take a long look in the mirror, while also asserting in a direct message to pollsters, I never want to effing hear from you again. Thanks to Ground News, the sponsor of today's video, which you can check out at ground.news/PJW via the link down below or scan the QR code on screen. I can instantly access every story on it and compare coverage. Interesting how this is a blind spot for the right, with only one right-leaning source covering it. The story being significantly more popular on the left in terms of coverage suggests they might finally be starting to listen. Ground News helps me track all this and shines a spotlight on misleading narratives. You can check this out for yourself at ground.news/PJW. The link is down below. With the world now entering a crucial period before Trump takes office, it's never been more important to keep track of each new twist and turn, especially given that disproportionate and biased media coverage of the US election has become a dominant narrative. If you're a news junkie like me, Ground News is the Rosetta Stone of breaking news and media monitoring. Instead of wasting your time wading through scores of different websites, everything is there in one place, helping you stay informed of breaking news developments as they happen. And more importantly, what the media isn't covering, which could lead to blind spots. I've got Ground News bookmarked, because it's an invaluable tool in crafting these very videos and the articles you'll find on my website. So as a divided America digests the bombshell of a second Trump term, instead of arguing with that crazy uncle of yours, you can use Ground News to show them they might might only be getting one side of the story. So it's never been a better time to check out ground.news/PJW or scan the QR code on screen. They're currently offering my viewers 50% off the Vantage plan, which is the one I use for unlimited access. Crucially, they're independently owned and subscriber funded. Subscribers support their mission to hold the media accountable. And I can't emphasize this enough, but by supporting my sponsor, you support me directly. And that's why I'm urging my viewers that it's never been a more crucial time to sign up at ground.news/PJW. On the same network, Chris Hayes suddenly decided that the Electoral College system was no longer fit for purpose.
We have this very funky and terrible system called the Electoral College, which decides elections in a way that's totally different than every other election in the United States decided, and the way that anything's decided anywhere else in the world. We should scrap it.
Well, good job that Trump won the popular vote too then, eh, Chris? Meanwhile, over on CNN, it's getting testy.
The economy was so great.
That's not the point I'm making.
So
The point, don't look at me like that.
Jake Tapper, probably the biggest media lobbyist for Biden to be replaced by Kamala, got a cold, hard dose of reality.
So you asked, are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we could show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming in 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
The host of the UK's biggest political podcast, centrist neolib cook Rory Stewart, Kamala Harris will win comfortably. Someone frame that tweet for me, please. And while you're at it, frame this as well. Just Stop Oil climate lefties sprayed the US Embassy in London orange to reject fascism. Fascism being when someone they don't like overwhelmingly wins a democratic election. Kamala Harris is so deflated she's mimicked Hillary Clinton's 2016 response by going into hiding.
So you won't hear from the vice president tonight?
But we hilariously learned that her campaign was so crushed by the results coming in.
They say the atmosphere there was like a funeral.
They muted all the TVs besides the ones talking about the states where Kamala won.
But as the night progressed and they watched the returns come in, no more waving flags. In fact, they asked for the television to be muted here with the returns, with the exception of Hawaii, Colorado, other places that Harris won. They turned them on and got cheers for that. Instead, they blasted music to try to sort of distract from the situation.
Which is the political equivalent of sticking your fingers in your ears and going, I'm not listening. Trump's back, MAGA's back. And thanks to the greatest political comeback in history, against all the odds, there's finally hope for America and the world. If you value what I do and you want to help support me, please visit pauljosephwatson.locals.com and either pledge a one-time donation or subscribe to join my community, get early access videos, and message me directly. And exclusive live streams coming soon too. Promise. Check out the Locals link down in the description. And don't forget to take a look at the brand new website modernity.news. That's where you'll find all my content, including exclusive articles. That's modernity.news.